As a premier public research institution, innovative research, as well as the development of new inventions and technology, occur daily at UConn and UConn Health. The university encourages this development and the commercialization of intellectual property created and developed by faculty, students, and staff. Technology Commercialization Services, TCS, housed within the Office of the Vice President for Research, supports the protection of intellectual property and the commercialization of UConn technologies. This video is designed to go over the university's intellectual property and commercialization policy and the rights and responsibilities of researchers who may be involved in the development of an invention. It will review the steps at UConn and UConn Health for commercializing and licensing your inventions and discoveries. Under Connecticut state law, the university owns all inventions created by employees in the performance of employment with the university or created with university resources or funds administered by the university. This entitles faculty and staff to a variety of resources that will assist with the dissemination of their inventions and discoveries. The university's intellectual property and commercialization policy outlines the ownership and protection of intellectual property for faculty, staff, and students on all campuses, including UConn Health. It also details the commercialization of intellectual property, income derived from intellectual property, licensing, and new company formation, working with outside parties, including sponsored research and consulting groups, as well as exceptions to the policy. Researchers at UConn and UConn Health who have created or who may create inventions or made discoveries are encouraged to review this policy thoroughly to familiarize themselves with ownership rights and commercialization or licensing these developments. What is an invention? 35 USC 101 defines inventions as any new and useful process, machine, manufacture, or composition of matter, or any new and useful improvement thereof. Upon the development of your invention, you must complete the following steps in order to correctly obtain commercialization and licensing for your inventions and discoveries. Following these steps will also ensure that you remain in compliance with the intellectual property and commercialization policy at UConn. Step 1. Disclose invention. If you have created something useful, novel, and it has commercial potential, the first step is to complete an invention disclosure form or a software disclosure form to capture the scope of your invention or software and send it to TCS. If your inventions and discoveries are made during research funded by a federal grant, the invention must be disclosed to the university per the requirements outlined in the Bayh-Dole Act. Step 2. Assessment. Upon receiving the invention disclosure form or software disclosure form, TCS will conduct an assessment of your invention. The goal of TCS is to protect and to commercialize the intellectual property rights of the university. The assessment helps to achieve this goal and is designed to review the technical strength, marketing potential, and patentability of your discovery or creation. Other important factors include whether a prototype exists or proof of principle experiments are complete, as well as whether a commercial partner has already been identified or has expressed interest in the technology. During this process, TCS will also determine the best approach to protect your intellectual property. Step 3. Protection. After the assessment, TCS may determine if filing for a patent is the best method for protecting your intellectual property. A patent safeguards your invention or discovery against others making, using, offering for sale, selling, or importing your invention, while providing a definition and the legal bounds for it. Your participation during drafting and prosecution of the patent application is essential in order to develop the strongest application and increase the likelihood of being granted a patent by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. In some instances, TCS also registers copyrights, helps to navigate specific considerations for copyrighted work, provides guidance on informal and formal copyrights, and helps to represent a copyright notice on applicable work. TCS will notify you if this is a viable option for your invention or discovery. Step 4. Licensing and commercialization. After appropriate intellectual property protections are in place, TCS will work with researchers to determine the optimal marketing strategy for your invention or discovery. This may range from licensing the invention to an existing company or helping to start a new venture to commercialize your technology. If the decision is made to seek a licensing partner, TCS will work with you to market the technology and identify and contact potential commercial partners. Once a licensing agreement is confirmed, the licensee continues the advancement of the technology and often makes business investments to further develop the product or service. This could include further development, obtaining regulatory approvals, additional sales and marketing support, or training, among other activities. Step 5. Royalties and reinvestment. Section 3 of UConn's Intellectual Property and Commercialization Policy states, although current state law only requires the university to distribute 20% of the net revenues to inventors, the Board of Trustees has approved the distribution of net revenue as follows: 33.3% to inventors on the patent, 33.3% to their department, and 33.3% to the university. Lastly, don't forget that if you receive a federal research grant, you must abide by the disclosure requirements discussed in this video per the requirements outlined in the Bayh-Dole Act. As a UConn researcher, you have obligations to comply with institutional policies as well as state and federal laws. You also have access to a variety of resources, including the TCS office, to guide you through each step of the process. Please contact TCS to discuss your questions and learn more about the commercialization process for your inventions and discoveries by emailing techcom@uconn.edu.